Science, arts, religion and philosophy have different definitions, perceptions and understandings of time. In ancient history, time was determined by the movement of the sun in the sky. In fact, in nature, the daily routine of most species depends on the sun. And during the solar eclipse, when it becomes dark, animals and birds become confused. Thus, by studying nature, we can conclude that wherever there is life of different species on other planets similar to Earth, the biological clock of the species will depend on the sun or star of their solar system. In physics, time is the fourth dimension of reality, used to describe events in three-dimensional space, and it is the progression of events from the past to the future that moves only in one direction in the natural world and is irreversible. The time can also be described with an example of an animated movie. If we watch animation from the beginning to the end, we experience that time flows in one direction from the beginning to the end of the animated movie. Animation is a rapid succession of sequential images that minimally vary from each other, that creates the illusion of motion. This describes the flow of time with an animated film, which is an example of a man-made illusion of time. Whether the time really exists, or whether it is just an illusion, is still debatable in science. But in nature, time exists because of biological clocks in living organisms. The life cycle of different organisms has different stages of life, from birth to death, which moves according to their biological clock. Biological clocks are in every cell, tissue, and organ of living organisms. They are composed of specific protein molecules that interact in cells throughout the body. Genes and proteins run biological clocks and help keep daily rhythms in sync. Biological clocks are a natural timing device inside every organism. During a prehistoric era of primates similar to apes, the concept of time did not exist, but the biological clock moves the life cycle. Human beings have created artificial clocks to keep time management for daily routine, and if the clock stops working it needs to be repaired, or the clock will not work. But in nature, the biological clock within the human body manages time autonomously for the daily routine of the body continuously. The biological clock never stops until humans die. If the biological clock gets disturbed due to the odd lifestyle and abnormal daily routine of a person, then it has the ability to reset itself back to normal with a normal lifestyle. In nature, plants and trees have their own biological clocks. Time is a very important part of nature, so there are biological clocks in every organism. The life cycle of all living beings is based entirely on the biological clock. Many argue that time is an illusion, because humans have created artificial clocks that create an illusion of time for day-to-day routines. But time is a reality of nature, because time exists in nature through biological clocks inside every organism. The biological time or clock is inside every person, scientist or physicist who thinks it's an illusion.